Hey, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Ask a Photo Pro with your friendly neighborhood host. It's me, Cardi. Sorry for the technical delay. Had a couple of things that weren't working. Had a little OBS crash, but we got that going. Hopefully you guys are all having a fantastic holiday so far. Hopefully you guys are enjoying. Welcome. Today we are getting into an episode that I love doing, which is this week's inspiration. Today we're getting into inspirational photographers. First of all, 10 photographers that are going to blow your mind and inspire your ideas for 2024. And then I'm going to show you the 10 photographers that I look at. 10 photographers that I look at that really actually inspire me to do cool things with my camera. And believe me, the photography that I look at, I only look at photography that makes me want to quit. Anytime I see a website that is inspirational, influential, I save it. And I have a bookmarks folder that is so deep. And I refer to it all the time. All right, let's get into this week's inspiration, babies. All right, we're starting with a photographer. Her name is Sarah Emily. And Sarah Emily is a photographer based out of Alberta, Canada, and shoots fashion in a way that's very technically perfect, very beautiful. She's got a very clean style, a very clean aesthetic. And I want you to see how just this story, just shooting nail care and shooting nails can be seen as art and can be incredibly striking things to have in your portfolio. Amazing. By the way, if you're tuned in live, welcome. Thank you for tuning in and hanging out with me live. I love this nail color. The hands, I mean, this is a hand model. This is a model who has incredible hands. Look at the details. Let's go, good vibes. Appreciate you. Look at the details. Let's go. So this is photographer Sarah Emily. Super clean, very precise work. And again, I really appreciate the quality that this woman is delivering. So good, eh? Sarah Emily. Let's just have a look at a few more from Sarah. So you can get a sense of her portfolio. So you can get a sense of the type of photography that she does. She's a fashion photographer specifically. She shoots women specifically. And if you look at just any one of her stories, I'm going to pick this one. Just incredibly beautiful work. You can see she's shooting covers, basically. Every vertical is a cover. Are you ready for another shooter? Let's get into it. The next shooter that I'm about to show you is Vladislava Stefanchuk. Vladislava Stefanchuk. And I saw her photography. She is incredible. Let's get into this photographer. This photographer, I believe, is from the Ukraine. So classic, so beautiful. Love this story. Like, look at this location. Look at this location. Oh my God, so good. Great light. Inspired fashion. Yeah, I'm in love. And I'm going to tell you exactly where this photographer is from. She is, in fact, from Kiev, Ukraine. I was not lying. We have to show some love to Ukraine. And we got to show some love to the female photographers, always. My favorite, absolute favorite from this.
Yes, sir, yes.
Is. Oops. My favorite from this story is this early stuff. In the ice and snow is just incredible. This photo just stopped me dead. This is the reason that I showcase this photographer today. This is just mental. And this, with the icicles over top of her, is just incredible. I hope you enjoy. That is Vladislava Stefanchuk from the Ukraine. Incredible photographer. The next photographer is Vasilis Toposlidis. Vasilis Toposlidis. And I'm going to include all the names of all the photographers and the links from these stories in the description once I finish this episode. Vasilis Toposlidis. This story just floored me. Really strong fashion photography. Really strong fashion photography. So good. So good. I miss doing these inspirational episodes, you know, because, by the way, Matthew, thank you so much for that compliment. I needed to do one of these inspirational episodes, you know, because they make me also more inspired. This is so sick. So good. Matthew says that my channel has been a gold mine of information for his first year of freelancing. Can't thank me enough. Yo, you're very welcome, man. I'm here for you. So, Vasilis Toposlidis. Let me show you one more story from this photographer that just grabbed me. Actually, haven't seen this story yet. Great posing. Amazing use of natural light. Open shade. Half color, half black and white. That's really kind of cool. It's a very sick idea. Very sick idea. We have to push hard in 2024. There's no other way. And how we push hard is by doing things that we haven't done before, by trying ideas that we've had rattling around our head, but we actually haven't acted on yet. We got to do that this year. The next photographer is Juan Gabriel Ortiz. Juan Gabriel Ortiz. This photographer just stopped me dead in my tracks today when I was looking for inspiration to share with you. Look at this. Look at this body language. Look at this set. Look at this subject. Oh, good. Look at this photograph. Oh my God. So good. I hate the watermark so much, but I really do like what he's doing with photography. And it seems that he's doing some sort of composite, but I do appreciate the style because not all of them are composites, but some of them are. Like, this is incredible portraiture. Incredible. Although it's very straight, dead center, horizontal. Still, looking at some of his other projects, you can get a real sense of the type of photography that he does. He's not quite as niched as I feel like he could be, because he does, he does shoot a lot of things well, but how we make a real mark in the industry is by doing one thing incredibly. This story I really enjoyed. Christian, you're very welcome, man. Thank you. So good. So good. Juan Gabriel Ortiz. That is a couple of stories from Juan Gabriel, but we got to keep moving because I got so much inspiration to show you guys today. Akatree Studio. Akatree Studio. Now, Akatree Studio, this is a team. It's not just a single photographer, but it is a team of I guess I'll give you the full description here. Akatree Photography Design Studio is a creative studio founded in Paris by Julien Diver and Sebastien Rivon. They make films, photos, CGI projects, and art directions for brands, music, fashion, and luxury fields. Since 2007, they work and express themselves in graphic design for visual identities and books. Very, very interesting sensibility. I really, really liked this style. And these headpieces, how the headpieces match the hair, how you can mistake the headpieces for hair in certain instances, the line, the light, the simplicity. I found this super inspiring. And if you look at other projects from Akatree Studio, you'll see that like they do have like just such a very creative art direction to their photography. And the reason that I chose to share them with you today is just the non-linear thinking when it comes to photography. They have a very non-linear way of approaching making photographs and doing it in a team where it's not just a single photographer, but you're working in a creative team. I mean, not everybody needs to do that, but for the people who do, like, you do have the possibility of really pushing your work into like a whole other level. So that is Akatree Studio. So many to go through today. Ben Chen. His name rhymes and his photography is ridiculous. Ben Chen. Look at this guy's food photography. Really, really elite. I would call it delicate. I would call it minimal. Look at the quality of Ben Chen's food photography. So lovely. There's so many of you that are interested in food photography, and I think it's important to look at photography that's, again, at an incredibly high level, and then how he shoots behind the scenes of the chefs making these creations really is what takes this to the next level for me. It really, like, this blows my mind and makes me really happy. So great. Seeing the passion in the kitchens, just following a single subject throughout his day, I think is incredible. And the thing that's great is this is his niche. This is what this guy does. Shoots cookbooks. Ben Chen. Let's get into another story from Ben Chen. Look at that. Great photography. So good. So good. Just amazing craftsmanship. You can see, and the care and the subjects that he's photographing are just like, yes or yes. So good. Like, I don't even know who this photographer is, but I like them already by the way that they capture this whole food and culture lifestyle.
Yes or yes?
I think it's amazing. So good. Ben Chen. Really, really a special photographer. Very, very special shooter. And you can see he does specialize in food and drink. And I think that really is his wheelhouse. Any kind of people-related stuff does not have the same kind of care or craftsmanship that his food and drink does. So when it comes to niching down, when you're doing work that's this incredible, just market that. Seriously, what else do you need to do? Just market this to the people that need work like this. So brilliant. This is Ben Chen. Amazing. Amazing. Are you guys motivated? Are you inspired? Are you feeling me? Are you feeling me? Let's get into Web Bland. What a crazy name for a photographer. Web Bland. Now, Web Bland is a car photographer. A car photographer based out of Los Angeles, California. Thank you. Based out of Los Angeles, California. Look at this guy's photos. Car photography. Web Bland. So inspired. So cinematic. So cinematic. I really appreciate the way that this guy shoots cars. Oh, I love that. Love that. Love that perspective. Love that perspective. I mean, the aerials are just killer. So good. And so hard to shoot this type of side-by-side out of one car, shooting another. So good. Alfa Romeo. Julia. Again, incredible car photography by Web Bland. Like climbing a tree to get this perspective. Look how hard this guy is pushing. The Plant's Apprentice. You have to submit your photos through the Discord, my friend. Incredible. This is the photography of Web Bland. He is a car shooter and does it exclusively. And again, is incredibly good at his niche. Car lifestyle. It's super, super dope. And again, the power of specializing. This is the work of Web Bland from Los Angeles, California. Web Bland. All right, let's get into another Jennifer Esivia. Jennifer Esivia is a landscape shooter, and Jennifer's landscapes just like she's an award-winning landscape photographer. And if you're going to be doing landscapes, you got to be going this far. I'm going to hide my photo for this one because I want you guys to just take in this majesty. We are looking at the photography of Jennifer Esivia. She's so good. Love. Now, I have to show you a few more from Jennifer because her consistency is insane. She's got great consistency. So good. This is somebody who could make books. This is somebody who could be selling prints. This is somebody who could be selling stock. And let's see one more from Jennifer. And I'm really leaning towards this. This is in the Azores. Incredible. Incredible. Her drone photography is bananas. She's so good at drone photography.
High quality content.
So beautiful. Like, incredible landscapes. Like, that's all she does is travel for these locations. When you're going to be a landscape photographer, you have to make those moves. You have to make those moves to find those places that are just magical. It makes the photography so easy. One more from Jennifer. Last one. Last one. Like, look at her thumbnails. Look at her thumbnails. Like, she's so good.
Yes or yes?
She's so good. Taylor Swift says she wants one more. I'm going to go for the waterfalls of Switzerland because I've never been there. So insane. So good. These are dreamy places. Wow. Wow. So lush. We are looking at the work of Jennifer Esivia. Jennifer Esivia. I hope you guys enjoyed her. She's, again, like such a good shooter, and landscapes are something that is really hard to photograph and not make them boring, you know? Another photographer that every time I see this photographer's work show up in my feed on Behance, I'm like throwing up a little bit in my mouth. I am talking about Carlos Jimenez Varela. Carlos Varela is a photographer and composite artist that will absolutely blow your mind. Carlos Varela. So, so, so good. Like, so good. So good. The level of the concepts with this photographer, wait till I show you the shooter's portfolio. Like, this guy is so incredibly good. Let's go, Toronto Blue Jays, baby. Carlos Varela. And when you look at his portfolio, you will see that this is all he does. And his portfolio and his ideas are absolutely, utterly amazing. Amazing. And I'm going to show you some more recent stories. I'm a Jordan 1 guy. I don't know if you're a Jordan 1 guy, but I love me some Jordan 1s. Look at this photograph. Like, how absolutely clever is this photographer? As a way to shoot products, how clever is this photographer? Like, so good. Smashing his drone photography with product photography, and oh my God, this guy is so good. All his perspectives, the light, he matches everything so perfectly. His color tones, so good. So good. Yeah, June, that's a niche for sure. Experience says, I've never loved sneakers this much. I'm telling you, if you buy sneakers, the first thing that you should be doing is photographing them before you wear them. I've been doing that for years. I need to get back on that. So good. Look at his color theory and the way that he picks locations that match the color of his shoes. Like, and again, this goes on, it goes so deep. His ideas go so deep and they're endless. Like, they're endless. Carlos Varela. Just inspiring photography. Inspiring. And again, if you love sneaker culture, there's so many different ways that you can take that love of sneaker culture and turn it into something that's high art. Because people will buy this work. People will literally buy this work. So clever. Such a clever idea. So good. Carlos Varela. Absolutely brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. I hope that's inspiring. I hope you guys are getting inspired. All right, this one's a hard one for me to say. Adad Adelalopo Bualafuente. Adelalopo Bualafuente. I think I did not bad. This shooter, this work is just profound. Just profound. And like, talk about making photos in a context where you could be taking pictures. This photographer posed every one of these subjects and made absolute high art. So good. So good. So fantastic, honestly. I agree, big bro. It's very clever and powerful. Adedolopo Boalafante. Oh my god, that's a horrible butchering of the name. But we're going to look at one more story from this shooter. Incredible work. Photographer from Nigeria. Look at his use of light here. Holding an LED against the chest. So strong. Look at the light shafts coming in from the left and right. So incredible. Incredible. I just love this style. It's like, it's so lo-fi, but again, if you're inspired with your camera, it doesn't matter what tech you have, just make photos. Just make photos. Just create work. Amazing. I hope you guys are inspired. Let's get into another one. Okay, so those 10 shooters, I'm very interested in who your favorite was. Sarah Emily, Vladislava Stefanichuk, Vasily Topolaslidis, Juan Gabriel Ortiz, Acatre Studio, Ben Chin, Webb Bland, Jennifer Asivia, Carlos Varela, and the last one. Now, I'm going to rapid fire. I'm interested to hear, so leave in a comment, not necessarily here in chat, but underneath the video, you know, where the comments go. Now, I want to show you who I look at. Those are 10 photographers to inspire. Now, I'm going to get into 10 shooters that I look at. 10 shooters, 10 contemporary working photographers that I look at that just make me throw up in my mouth a little bit. Every time I look, every time I visit these websites, it's just, all right, let's get into, I don't know, I think we should call this segment Mastery, because this is photographic mastery. This is who I look at when I'm looking for photographic inspiration. It starts with Rankin. Rankin has been a photographer for probably, I would say, maybe 5 to 10 years longer than I have. And Rankin is just one of those prolific shooters that I just really love diving into his portfolio. And the fact that he shoots fashion and he shoots portraits, it's just, let's start with his portraits, shall we? We're going to do a little rapid fire of Rankin's portraiture. Rankin is, again, an incredible, incredible shooter. Rankin portraits. Who I look for, who I look at. So good. Rankin. And again, this is Portraits 1. He has many, many portrait portfolios. And Rankin has made so many photographs that you've seen. He's made so many photos that you've seen. He's shot so many magazine covers that you've seen. And yes, he shot the Queen. Portraits. Winnie Harlow. Rankin. Now, where Rankin, for me, gets absolutely insane is with his fashion and his beauty. And I am about to show you some Rankin fashion slash beauty. Let's look at beauty, because Rankin, this is what keeps me up at night, is Rankin and the way that he shoots beauty. I absolutely love how this guy concepts high art when it comes to shooting faces. Like, I love his ideas. Rankin, I've been looking at for the better part of 20 years, and I'm just inspired the way that he uses art and combines it with photography. I think he's absolutely preposterous. He's so good. So good. Let me know if you're feeling Rankin. Very, very, very out there even at times. Let's look at Beauty 2, which I'm imagining is going to be a little bit more clean beauty. Of course, it's going to be more clean beauty because that first one is more beauty as art, and this one is more clean beauty. I mean, you can see he definitely pushes the envelope, but Rankin, look at how he shoots skin. Look at the retouching. Look at the minimal post-production. Look at how he shoots tons of different ideas, but they all somehow kind of feel like Rankin. This is, again, one of my absolute favorite photographers. I love looking at this shooter's work. I love watching him work, meaning like the behind-the-scenes videos that I've seen that he puts out. Rankin. And the last category that I'm going to show you from Rankin is, let's go back to work, my bad. I guess we got to go up to the top. We got to go up here and let me show you fashion. You can tell I like this guy because I'm spending a little bit of time on him. Rankin, a little bit of fashion, or a little bit of advertising, actually. Shoots a ton of advertising, like a ton, including the Dove beauty campaign, which the Dove beauty campaign was everywhere. I'm sure everybody saw the Dove beauty campaign. Was everywhere. Real people, beautiful. Rankin, he shot that in Toronto, which was pretty cool. So Rankin, advertising, Bailey's, he shoots everything. And then what I missed was his fashion category, my bad. Great fashion sensibility. Very, very great. Kate Moss, one of my favorites of all times. Kate Moss for Dazed and Confused. Rankin was the chief photographer for Dazed and Confused until actually he I think, yeah, was he like, I think he either started Dazed or like him and an art director from another magazine started Dazed. He also has Hunger. He has a bunch. He owns now magazines because he's been so successful with his photography. And then lastly, covers, because you'll see magazine covers that you're like, oh my God, I saw that cover. Hunger is his magazine. But looking at his covers and how powerful his images look on the cover of a magazine. I mean, he's just right now showcasing his Hunger covers, but he shoots for so many magazines. Rankin is who we are looking at. Thank you, big brother. Appreciate you. This is Rankin. Like, yeah, incredible. Next photographer that I look at that makes me want to quit, Jeff Lipsky. Jeff Lipsky. I love looking at this guy's portfolio. He is an arts and entertainment photographer based out of California, LA, and he shoots celebrities. He shoots lifestyle, and he's primarily a natural light photographer. And if you've ever thought that like you need to have a bunch of expensive equipment, you just look at Jeff Lipsky and realize that he shoots primarily natural light, although he does use artificial light sometimes. A majority of his work is super raw and super natural, and he's shooting the biggest celebrities in a raw and natural way. So it does like kind of unlock.
Gifted member.
Let's go, Calligraphy with the gifted, my guy. Thank you so much. Calligraphy has just gifted a membership to you, this Cardi Crew community, again,
New
which
member.
he seems to do every episode. Teak Neek, you just got gifted a membership courtesy of... Yes, my brother Les in chat is notifying me while I am live that my mom is okay. She had a bit of a scare. And on Christmas Day yesterday, she was in the hospital. She had to go to get rushed to the hospital. She's still there, but she is fine. My brother is monitoring my mom and literally telling me in chat that he's talking to her. She sounds fine. Appreciate you, bro. By the way, if I didn't know that before I started this episode, I wouldn't be doing this episode. My mom's in the hospital, literally. So this is the work of Jeff Lipsky, and just one of those shooters that I look at when I'm inspired to do natural light work. I love the way that Lipsky uses natural light, the way that he takes the biggest celebrities and he photographs them in the most real, raw, and natural, unpretentious, no bullshit kind of way. And if you look at his lifestyle photography and you hear me talk about lifestyle, which is regular people doing regular things photographed in a stylized way, looking at Jeff Lipsky, he is the epitome of lifestyle photography. He shoots lifestyle so well that he shoots it for every major magazine in the world. He shoots his ads like this. He just has a super relaxed way of making photos, and even by looking at his portfolio, you can tell that he's a fun guy to shoot with. Just by looking at his portfolio, you can tell that Jeff Lipsky's probably a pretty cool guy. So again, you can bake your personality into your portfolio just by being real. Just by being real. This is Jeff Lipsky. And if you want to see how that translates to covers, let's have a look at Jeff Lipsky's magazine covers and how Lipsky shoots everything. Every magazine cover you see, there's a Jeff Lipsky picture on one of them. This is Jeff Lipsky. It's a very great, no bullshit approach to making photographs that I think is just absolutely incredible. And again, stop thinking that you need tons of equipment in order to be successful at photography. Start thinking you need great inspired ideas and great executions in order to be a great photographer. Has nothing to do with equipment, has everything to do with ideas. If you execute natural light well, covers. Seriously. All right, that's Jeff Lipsky. That's another shooter that I like to look at that makes me want to just stop photography in general. But, you know, I'm never going to do that. But, you know what I mean? I'm metaphorically saying photographers that make me want to quit. The next one, Kareem Black. Kareem Black, I love watching Kareem Black. I love his work and I love his portfolio. Kareem Black has been doing this for probably 5 years shorter than me, although he's based in New York. Kareem Black has just got a really interesting energy and sensibility to his portfolio. He just has swag to his photos. He just makes cool pictures, and they're relatively simple. He stays within his sensibility, and he gets hired continually. Cream black. So good. Thanks, big bro. Kareem Black. One of the shooters that, again, if you've never heard of, you should be watching that guy. Amazing. Another photographer, Jill Greenberg. Jill Greenberg. I'm going to claim her as Canadian, although she got her fame in the US. Jill Greenberg is a now photographer who lives in LA and literally was at the forefront of digital photography when digital photography first started being a thing. She was one of the first photographers that I ever heard of that had a digital Hasselblad. And she created the very famous Crying Babies series called End Times that literally, I'm going to show you End Times. This Crying Babies series made Jill Greenberg a household name. Let me find. And then End Times. This series made Jill Greenberg a household name because she photographed crying babies. And she got written, and she did an exhibit on crying babies. And the critics said that she must be beating these kids to take these photos. And what she actually did was photograph her own kids first, and took a toy away, or took a sucker away, and then took a picture and then gave it back to them. And then so many other people volunteered to hurt their kids for this photo that she had a whole series. But although it rose such great controversy, it turned her into a household name. And this style, the way that she lights, this is one of the most imitated styles. And Jill Greenberg, female photographer, invented this light, invented this look, these plastic people. And Jill Greenberg, she also shoots horses. This is her personal work. She literally shoots, call it the Coca-Cola bear, like the Coca-Cola polar bear. Like, Jill Greenberg is so prolific, and she's so disciplined with her rules. She has like her color phase, which she shoots this style with like hyper color. But she also does like a silhouette where it's very stark, monochromatic, black and white portraits. And then, of course, she just makes these categories of these different ways that she shoots photographs. And then, of course, all the work for The Handmaid's Tale, all her, what's that called? Orange is the New Black. She's so prolific. She shoots everything. This is Jill Greenberg, another photographer that you just have to be looking at. Jill, she's just like so insanely good. She has such a range of work, and she's just prolific. She categorizes it so beautifully, and she shot every magazine cover that you've ever seen. Prolific. Jill Greenberg. It's another shooter I look at all the time. Mark Seliger. After Annie Leibovitz left as the chief photographer for Rolling Stone, Mark Seliger stepped in as the chief the chief photographer for Rolling Stone. And Mark Seliger, his portfolio and how prolific he is at photographing musicians, fashion, portraits, you just have to be looking at what Mark Seliger is doing. New York photographer, he's been ripping it easily for 40 years. And he's incredible. He's incredible. Mark Seliger. Another shooter that I got to look at is Platon. I look at Platon always because Platon is one of the most prolific contemporary photographers of our generation. He shoots presidents and he has such a distinct style. Platon shoots magazine covers. He shoots, it's Platon. Corey, my past assistant, went on to assist Platon, and now Corey is Platon's director of photography. Corey does all video for Platon. Has gone to the Congo, has made documentaries with him. This is Platon, one of the most influential photographers of the 20th century is this guy right here. Just look at the powerful people that he's getting next to. What kind of a photographer do you got to be to get next to like the most powerful people in the world? Amazing. That is the work of Platon, and I do want to show you some of his covers because he shoots for every magazine that you've ever seen. Like Platon, Time Magazine, GQ, Esquire, Vanity Fair, New York Times, Wired, Platon. Incredible. All right, guys, another shooter, Raymond Mayer. Raymond Mayer is a photographer who is a master. He is a master fashion photographer, a master product photographer, and a master portrait photographer. How this photographer has managed to master so many niches at a Vogue level is literally impossible. But it all started with doing product photography. And then it was product photography that showed a hand, and then more of the model. And soon he was shooting full fashion. But he shoots all the Clinique cosmetics. He shoots all of the advertising for so many major fashion brands. If you look at his product photography, you've seen his product photography in any Vogue magazine, any fashion magazine. You see the work of Raymond Mayer. He is prolific and shoots every product shot you've ever seen. Shoots for Tiffany's, shoots like Calvin Klein, like all of this. He's so good, so good. Raymond Mayer is just one of the photographers that I look at that literally let's look at again, just some of his product photography. Like he's how can you be so good at so many different eras? Like, it's not possible. How can you shoot fashion at this level and also product photography at the level that I just showed you? How? He is a true master. This is Raymond Mayer. Incredible. Incredible. All right. Raymond Mayer. I hope that inspires. Whew. Terry LaGuise. Terry LaGuise is a photographer that I've been looking at Terry LaGuise for easily easily 30 years. 30 years I've been looking at Terry Leguiz, and he's from Paris, and he's just so good. And I think his first project that I noticed was called Soul, and this is the book. Oh, let's quickly fast forward. This is his first book called Soul, and this was the work of Terry Leguiz that caught the world by storm. Black women painted black, shot in a white studio. This captured the world by storm. Terry Leguiz. And he's now since gone on to make just incredible work. And again, Terry Leguiz, fashion on location. He is a pure fashion photographer and is so absolutely good. Absolutely good. Terry Leguiz. Do let me know if you're feeling this photographer. Terry Leguiz.
New member.
Pure fashion photography. Let's go, John Ciandra. New member. Welcome to the club, John. I appreciate you, buddy. Thanks for joining us. John gets the smoke.
New member.
Thank you. Welcome. Gregory, renewing on the 3 months. Let's go, Gregory. Anytime I get a member, I burn my place down. So welcome, John. Welcome back, Gregory.
New
Appreciate
member.
you guys. Let's go, Wale. 4 months, baby. Let's go. Again, we are looking at the work of Terry Leguiz. So good. Filiberto back for 5 months. Let's go, Filiberto. Welcome back. Terry Leguiz. This woman is wearing a face. She's wearing a dress that's shaped like a face. So good. Terry Leguiz. I got one more photographer. We'll call it two. Two more. Zach Gold. Zach Gold, again, prolific. These are portfolios that I look at. Portfolios that I look at that make you want to quit. The only photography worth looking at is photography that is so good that it makes you want to hang up the camera. Zach Gold. Yo, Gary, welcome, my guy. Welcome to the Cardi crew. Thank you for becoming a member, Gary. Appreciate you. Let's go.
New member.
Let's go, Gary. Appreciate you, my guy. Welcome. We got some new members. Old people, you see? We're doing well. Let's go, baby. Welcome, Gary. I appreciate you. Zach Gold is who we are looking at. So good. So good. So good. Like, I again, I'll say, I look at pictures, like I look at photographers that are on such a level. Like, you have to. You have to look at photographers and portfolios that are on such a level. Visual OD says, these guys make me feel like I'm just pushing a button on a camera. I mean, only you can change that. Only you can change that. We can push so hard. It's all about having amazing ideas. And how you find amazing ideas is finding great references and great inspirational material, which is what I try to do for you guys here. Right now we are looking at the work of Zach Gold. This is why I do this week's inspiration every couple of weeks, to inspire you. And I promised you 20 incredible photographers that literally will inspire you to take your work and your mindset to the next level in 2024. I've showed you 19. This is a portfolio. This is what portfolios look like, by the way, folks. This is Zach Gold's portfolio. And the last, look at this. Look how absolutely mental this is. So good. So good. Zach Gold. And the last photographer that I'm going to share with you, by the way, I put in a lot of smoke. I put a lot of smoke in my house, yo. My smoke alarm's going to go off. Holy shit. There's a lot of smoke in here. Good thing it's all natural. The last photographer that I'm going to share with you from this amazing Masters series is Lado Alexi. Lado Alexi is just, again, another one of those photographers that'll make you want to stop photography right now. Lado Alexi. I've been looking at Lado Alexi for years, and he's just so incredibly good. So incredibly detailed. So detailed. Like, so detailed. Lado Alexi. These are the photographers that I look at in order to stay inspired, in order to just get my head into the game. Whenever I'm doing a session, I look at photographers like this. It helps me with my mindset for creative. It helps me with light. It helps me with idea. And look at this story for Swarovski. Where's my arrow? Where's this arrow? I can't see it because it's under the black. Oh, there it works. Pretty sick. Lado Alexi. Lado Alexi. So good. So good. You guys feeling the photographers that I look at for inspiration? I hope so. That is Lado Alexi. Just pure smoke. Pure smoke. Amazing. Lado Alexi. Guys, that was this week's inspiration. 10 contemporary photographers that you should have your eyes on to inspire some great ideas, and 10 photographers that I look at, that I use to inspire my own ideas. I hope that inspires you. I hope it's motivating. I hope it's making you feel like going out and making photos. As we get to the end of this year, and start thinking about like our goals for next year, I want you to be thinking about that actually. I want you to be thinking about your goals. Like, What do you want to accomplish in 2024? What do you want your portfolio to look like? What area of photography are you going to specialize? And who's going to be interested in that type of photography? Is there a marketplace for that type of photography? Who are those people? Start thinking about your plan. The plan that you make right now is going to be the reason that you execute it in 2024 and actually make that money finally that you actually deserve with your camera. Guys, you know me, I'm Cardi. I'll be back on Thursday. We'll do some photo reviews. Think we have an outgoing assignment out there. I like looking at photos on Thursday. We are right back on schedule with the Thursday photo reviews. I do have a video from some architecture street photography. I haven't made a lens diaries in a while, and I made some photos with my 16mm lens. So I'm about to make a new lens diary. And yes, I have not done my 100 or my 135 yet. They're such specialty lenses. I almost need like a specific thing to shoot with those to make lens diaries. But I've revisited the 16mm. My last one was at night. This time is in Montreal, shooting architecture. Supercharged about that. Guys, I hope today brought you some value. I hope today brought you some inspiration. Understand the hardest part is showing up, which you're doing because you're watching me right now. I appreciate everybody who became a member today, everybody who gifted memberships today. If you made it to the end of this video, I definitely want to know who your favorite photographers were. I'm going to copy my notes, paste them into the video description so you have all these links, and I'll see you guys in the Discord, and I'll see you on Thursday. Thanks so much for watching. I appreciate you all. I appreciate you all for watching. Appreciate your continued support. And again, if you didn't get a happy Christmas from me yesterday, Merry Christmas. Happy holidays. And we are about to start saying Happy New Year to everybody. We are about to approach the last day of the year. Guys, thank you all for your continued support. If you became a member recently, you're going to see your name and your crown scroll across the top of the screen. Remember, becoming a member gives you access to Cardi Crew emotes that you can use not only in chat, but you can use them in your comments on anything all around YouTube. Also, by the way, if you became a subscriber recently, you're going to see your name scrolling across the bottom. If you're a member, make sure you join the Discord. And if you're a subscriber, make sure you join the Discord. Make sure you combine your Discord with your YouTube account so you can get all your member and subscriber benefits in my Discord, the largest growing photography community on the internet. I am gathering the nicest, most helpful, most resourceful photographers on the internet, and I'm collecting them in my Discord photography community. Make sure you're one of them. The link is in the video description that you're watching. I love you all.